we'll just be resting because you can't even learn. The sound of the rain from outside will be disturbing. The teacher will be shouting, "Can you all hear me?" And then trust us to say, "No, ma, but how did you hear, can you all hear me?" if you didn't hear the teacher. So today is more or less like a public holiday, sort of, courtesy of the rain. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because this weather made a lot of people greet me good morning, even in this afternoon. So I don't blame them at all. It's the half of the month of September. You remember, 30 days had September, April, June, and November. So this is September, and we're just gonna, get into the second half of the month, and that'll be all for this month. And before you know it, we're in October, and after October we are in 2026. Yes, I said so. How's your mind, how's your body, and how is your soul? I'm not going to be doing any form of shouting today because of the weather. Yes, but I trust that you're doing okay. I trust you had a great weekend. I had an eventful weekend, if you ask me, and I wish I could give the gist of that conversation we had on Friday afternoon. There's a continuation of that gist, by the way. The plantain that is still hanging on my fence up until now. In fact, when it started raining today, a part of me was praying for the wind to just shake the plantain to fall into my compound, and I'll just carry it and pretend as if I don't know what is happening. But alas, I still need to get confirmation from the One Play team to know how many draws I would have today. This is because we couldn't have our jackpot draws on Friday. We're entitled to 3 jackpot draws on Friday, and we could not have any one of them. So let's see what the One Play team will decide, if we're going to have just our 2 regular draws today, or we're going to have one of our jackpot draws today. But while we wait for that to happen, I encourage you to get on today's draw by visiting the website www.oneplay.ng. That's the number 1, then play.ng. Select Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Purchase as many tickets as possible. That way you stand a chance to win our daily draw, our jackpot draw, and our Independence Day special draw. It doesn't get any better. See, let me explain. You will win today. You stand a chance to win today. You stand a chance to win on Friday during our jackpot draw. You also stand a chance to win on the 1st of October. Interesting, right? So I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know why you're yet to buy your ticket. You can also use the UAE code *347 *880 *6 hash *347 *880 *6 hash. Now, let's get right on to the conversation for the sunny side today. Juggling act, balancing a full-time job and a higher education here in Nigeria, whether it's a first degree, a second degree, a master's, a doctorate, and all of that. But that yo will drive the code from us. Really? Are you serious? All right, let's do this. Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul? I hope that was effective enough. Okay, so back to serious business. On X, we are at Nigeria Info PH, and our Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch me live, but most importantly, be a part of the conversation. Now, for many, the idea of going back to school, going back to college, going back to the university, or considering a certification while working a full-time job can be daunting. Handling a full-time job and your studies at the same time requires a good level of planning and prioritization. While some students will choose not to work while furthering their education, there is a massive group of students who are currently balancing a job while studying for a degree. Not a business. Nah. When you do business, you're a guy of yourself. You can always employ somebody to stay there. No, you are employed by someone. You work for someone. There are various reasons for this. But generally speaking, for some people, money is key. Some argue that in other climes, it seems easier to work and study, while some argue it depends on the kind of job. Now, I believe that out of the number of those listening to this conversation, some of you have experienced both. So for those who have experienced both, let's talk. For those who are planning to try it out, let's talk. For those who are neither here nor there, let's talk. How easy is combining work and schooling in Nigeria? Especially when you're not taking a study leave. Because I know some organizations give room for a study leave. You leave to study, and when you come back, your job is waiting for you. You just come and resume like nothing happened. You're not going to have to apply for a job anymore. You're just going to, and everybody knows you already. You already know the job. They know that you're coming. Does your type of job